Hey, it's February 14th, and it's what what people are calling Valentine's Day. So, unfortunately, Black History Month has to lose some of the spotlight again and then again tomorrow because it's going to be a President's Day. So now the 28 days is only 26 again. What a reminder that things really need to transform because this stinks, huh? And you have the white baby that is shooting you in the heart with an arrow. That's painful. Why would anybody want to celebrate that? And in truth, it's really about those Romans who got naked, and from the 13th to the 15th of February, they beat their women with whips. I guess that's their way of being romantic. Well, geez, that's horrible, wouldn't you say so? I guess that's why so many now just don't know what to do. Well, let me help you, always. You see, if you're in a situation like I am, and you've had to get rid of family and friends because you don't celebrate the nonsense, you and I need to just get closer, because look what time it is that we're living in, and this nonsense is still going on, and people just won't scrap all the holidays because they're all nonsense. But they say they want a better world for their children, but they're not willing to scrap any of the holidays that are written by those that are ignorant and who wanted to put things into effect that were their rituals, and people uphold it. And for those that say that they're conscious, well, you can be in a coma and be conscious, and the fact is that you still say, oh, it's Black Love Day, or you celebrate it as something else and make believe that it's not Valentine's Day. But in essence, you're upholding their contract, because you could have made Black Love Day any other day. How about every day? But once again, why should it be about Black love or Black history? Simply because it needs a spotlight on it? Because every month is White History Month and Black people don't love themselves, so they need a month that is only 26 days to what? Show themselves love while getting shot in the heart with a arrow by a little white baby who's now a grown man who doesn't use an arrow, he just uses a gun to shoot you in the heart now? Come on. Let's go back and teach our children some things that would make more sense. How about the fact that when Eve was in the garden, how we, talk about the Bible, right? And that Genesis is not the beginning, actually. That is the ruddy man's beginning. And when they didn't know anything and Eve was in that garden and she got the thought to eat from the tree of life. What was the tree of life? And before she got the thought, she got that thought from somewhere else, the atmosphere. So she actually did have an idea. That's what she got, an idea, because she did something before she got the idea that made her feel like, I want to eat. Read the story good, because that would be a more interesting story than today. about how, oh, the serpent, okay, was with Eve. And the serpent did give her the thought that, oh, you do this, and it's only because they don't want you to be wise. So they tell you, don't eat from the tree of life. Don't eat from that, because then, well, then you would know the difference between good and evil, now would you? So the serpent, which is really given the thought, and she said, well, I think I'm going to go to Adam and see if he'll eat. And it says she did eat from the tree of life. She did. But how about the tree of life was Adam's wood? Because wood and tree are synonymous. Yes. And she did eat. And he did too. And then there was, rumbling in the garden. And someone was there and said, well, what the hell is going on here? Oh, so y'all just did the thing, and now y'all know the difference between good and evil because y'all know y'all naked now. Oh, because y'all was eating from the tree of life. And it is your vagina and the man's wood that gives life. And when you're in that state, your spinal column, your tree, your kundalini, all that is, well, that's your bones and your tree, your limbs, and, are extensions. Those are members. That's not your tree. So let's just make some interesting stories for our children. Instead of these white babies that shoot you in the heart, and then you live amongst the heartless on earth, because to get shot in the heart means that your heart is dead now. So for those that are celebrating Valentine's Day, and Mother Earth wants to go up and be higher, and she's going to do that with or without you. And you want the world to be better for your children, then you need to tell your children some stories like what I just told you, and teach them about the most powerful energy in the world, which is sex. And not to play with the force. And that eating from the tree of life can make one feel wise because, well, sperm is very nutritious if it's, well, not if, but because it has the ability to make and create a child, but it also depends on who that sperm is coming from, if the food is good, because all food ain't good. Let's get down to it. How about that? Teach your children that when they want to eat from the tree of life, your girl children, that man's tree, his wood, it need to had been nourished by fruits and vegetables. And the same for the woman. And she needs to be able to guard her thoughts, because when she gets pregnant, those same thoughts that, like what came into Eve's mind, will be in her mind, and the baby will be thinking the same thing. So you see, before your children start being teenagers and you having them act like you and behave in such a manner that is ignorant, tell them about not thinking that they're wise because they could go out on this so-called Valentine's Day and just have sex and drink and eat candy and be with someone who doesn't even have a heart because they've been shot in it. And the same one that they're with, who is upholding this contract, if you watched the video I have on YouTube, Mother Kai breaking the Patrix code, it talks about codes. Valentine's Day is another coded day. So who's ever partaking of it, you're upholding the demon code. It doesn't matter how you want to sugarcoat it with candy and flowers. It's still signed for this day. For the day that 2 men by the name of Valentine were killed and women were beaten for 2 days with the whip. Some romance that is. All I can say is that nature is going up, and if you continue to celebrate any of these holidays, not just this one, this paradigm is not going to be a great reset. It's going to be a great disaster. Hindsight is 20/20. Well, I can tell you that hindsight is 100/100 because all you have to do is look at now. You don't have to go far and see, oh, 2020. No, it's 100/100. Look now at what people are still doing. And this is supposedly a reset and saying that, oh, people are waking up. Well, people who are conscious are also people who are in comas. They're conscious too. Yes. So, I just want to say, for those of you who have lost family and friends because they're in nonsense, we just have to be closer and find a way for us to connect and be more family, because yes, it can get lonely because we are more than one cell and we're meant to be together. That's why one cell became two, so that there would be more offense, because there are other cells that want to oppose you with nonsense. So we need, well, to be together, because that was the whole thing why one cell divided. They knew that they could win if there was more than one. So there needs to be more than me talking about this, because then we can win, because there'll be more than one. And I feel that we can just scrap all the holidays and just start, because to start means that we put some art in it, because there's the word art in start, and that is creation. When you actually use art, you're creating, and we need to create a new world. And for those that don't want to create a new world, well, Mother Nature has something for you. You've got to go, because you are the world. It's either you got to go or I got to go, but we can't exist together. Not in a new world, and it be better. One love, one aim, one destiny.